नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। दिस इज JVM डॉक्टर राकेश शर्मा, प्रोफेसर डिपार्टमेंट ऑर्गन ऑफ मेडिसिन एंड होम्योपैथिक फिलोसॉफी, फैकल्टी ऑफ होम्योपैथिक साइंस, ज्योति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी जयपुर। I welcome all of you in today's practical session of case taking. In this session, we are going to understand and follow the guidelines while taking the case. The aphorism 104. When the totality of the symptoms that especially mark and distinguish the case of disease, or in other words, when the picture of the disease, whatever be its kind, is once accurately sketched, the most difficult part of the task is accomplished. The physician has then the picture of the disease, especially if it be a chronic one, always before him to guide him in his treatment. He can investigate it in all its parts and can pick out the characteristic symptoms in order to oppose to these. That is to say, to the whole malady itself, a very similar artificial morphic force in the shape of a homeopathically chosen medicinal substance selected from the list of symptoms of all the medicines whose pure effects have been ascertained. And when during the treatment he wishes to ascertain what has been the effect of the medicine and what change has taken place in the patient's state. At this fresh examination of the patient, he only needs to strike out of the list of the symptoms noted down at the first those that have become ameliorated, to mark what still remain and add any new symptom that may have supervened. Now, the footnote of this aphorism: the old school physician gave himself very little trouble in this matter in his mode of treatment. He would not listen to any minute detail of all the circumstances of his case by the patient. Indeed, he frequently cut him short in his relation of his sufferings in order that he might not be delayed in the rapid writing of his prescription, composed of a variety of ingredients unknown to him in their true effects. No allopathic physician, as has been said, sought to learn all the circumstances of the patient's case, and still less did he make a note in writing of them. On seeing the patient again several days afterwards, he recollected nothing concerning the few details he had heard at the first visit, having in the meantime seen so many other patients laboring under different affections. He had allowed everything to go in at one ear and out at the other. At subsequent visits, he only asked a few general questions, went through the ceremony of feeling the pulse at the wrist, looked at the tongue, and at the same moment wrote another prescription on equally irrational principles, or ordered the first one to be continued. And with a graceful bow, he hurried off to the 15th or 16th patient he had to visit in this thoughtless way. In the course of that forenoon, the profession, which of all others requires actually the most reflection, is conscientious, careful examination of the state of each individual patient, and a special treatment founded thereon was conducted in this manner by persons who called themselves physicians, rational practitioners. The result, as might naturally be expected, was almost invariably bad, and yet patients had to go to them for advice, partly because there were none better to be had, partly for patients' sake. So basically, in this footnote, Dr. Hahnemann compare the approach of allopathic physician with the homeopathic physician. And Dr. Hahnemann says this allopathic system of medicine is very irrational. There is no logical prescription in medicine. Thank you. This session powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapit Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.